Samurai justice systems, law, honor, and governance in feudal Japan. The samurai justice system represents a unique fusion of martial discipline, moral philosophy, and legal administration in feudal Japan. Rooted in both indigenous customs and imported legal principles, samurai justice was as much about enforcing societal order as it was about cultivating ethical behavior among warriors and subjects. To understand this system, one must consider its historical development, philosophical foundations, operational mechanisms, and social impact. Historical context of samurai justice. The samurai emerged as a distinct warrior class during the late Heian period, 794 to 1185 CE, gaining prominence in the Kamakura 1185 to 1333 and Muromachi 1336 to 1573 periods, and later formalized under the Tokugawa shogunate 1603 to 1868. Samurai justice evolved alongside Japan's political landscape, shaped by the needs of military governance and the preservation of hierarchical social structures. During the Kamakura period, the establishment of the shogunate created a parallel governance system, with samurai serving both as military enforcers and administrators. Judicial responsibilities often fell to samurai acting as magistrates or local officials, responsible for adjudicating disputes, collecting taxes, and enforcing military law. The early Kamakura period saw the development of the Goseibai Shikimoku, 1232, a legal code issued by the shogunate to regulate samurai conduct, land disputes, and inheritance issues. This code illustrates how samurai justice combined legalistic elements with social norms to maintain order in a decentralized military government. By the Edo period, 1603 to 1868, under Tokugawa rule, Japan experienced relative peace and social stability. Samurai became bureaucrats as well as warriors, and the justice system emphasized both moral rectitude and social hierarchy. The Tokugawa legal framework drew heavily on Confucian ethics, focusing on loyalty, duty, and the proper ordering of relationships, and was enforced by samurai acting in judicial and administrative capacities. Philosophical foundations, Bushido and Confucian influence. The moral underpinnings of samurai justice were inseparable from the Bushido Code, a set of ethical principles guiding samurai behavior. Bushido emphasized virtues such as loyalty, chugi, righteousness, ji, honor, meio, courage, yu, and self-discipline. Justice in this context was not solely legalistic. It was a moral imperative to act righteously, protect the weak, and uphold social harmony. Confucian philosophy, introduced to Japan from China during the Kamakura and Muromachi periods, reinforced these values by stressing hierarchical obligations, filial piety, and the ruler-subject relationship. The fusion of Bushido and Confucianism meant that samurai judges and administrators were expected to balance the letter of the law with ethical considerations, creating a hybrid justice system in which moral judgment played a central role. Structure and administration of samurai justice. Samurai justice operated through a combination of centralized and localized mechanisms. At the national level, the shogunate maintained authority over criminal law, land disputes, and military governance. Local administration, however, was carried out by regional samurai lords, daimyo, who exercised judicial powers within their territories. This dual structure allowed samurai to enforce law while maintaining loyalty to higher authorities. Judicial responsibilities were stratified according to rank. High-ranking samurai, often advisors to the shogun or regional lords, presided over serious criminal cases such as murder, rebellion, or treason. These cases were handled with strict procedures, including investigations, witness testimonies, and evidence-based evaluation. Lesser disputes, including property disagreements, minor theft, or peasant complaints, were resolved by lower-ranking samurai or appointed village magistrates. This hierarchy ensured that justice reflected both social status and the perceived severity of the offense. Punishments within the samurai justice system were diverse and often symbolic. For severe crimes, execution by decapitation or seppuku was applied, reflecting both legal enforcement and the preservation of honor. Lesser offenses could result in fines, confiscation of property, public shaming, or labor assignments. The ritualized aspect of punishment emphasized moral lessons as much as deterrence, reinforcing communal norms and the ethical responsibilities of both the samurai and civilians. Legal codes and documentation. Formal legal codes were relatively limited compared to modern systems, but several key documents codified aspects of samurai justice. 1. Goseibai Shikimoku, 1232, issued by the Kamakura shogunate, it outlined land inheritance rules, criminal penalties, and samurai duties. It emphasized mediation and reconciliation in civil disputes, reflecting the importance of social harmony. 2. Buk Shohado, 1615, revised 1635, Tokugawa-era edicts regulating samurai conduct, including restrictions on personal behavior, dress, marriage, and interactions with peasants. The code reinforced loyalty to the shogunate and moral discipline. 3. Osada Magaki, 1742, Tokugawa Criminal Code consolidating criminal law, procedural rules, and punishments. This code combined traditional customs with Confucian moral principles, demonstrating the interplay between law and ethics in samurai justice. These codes were complemented by customary practices, oral traditions, and precedents, forming a flexible but morally rigorous system of governance. Samurai judges often exercise discretion interpreting rules according to context and ethical considerations. Role of honor and seppuku in justice. A defining feature of samurai justice was the centrality of honor. Crimes against one's lord, betrayal, or moral failings were not only legal matters but breaches of personal and familial honor. In extreme cases, samurai were expected to perform seppuku, ritual suicide, to atone for failures, restore honor, and prevent dishonor to their lineage. Seppuku functioned both as punishment and as a mechanism for social regulation. By voluntarily accepting death for moral or legal transgressions, samurai demonstrated personal accountability and reinforced the ethical framework underpinning the justice system. It also served as a deterrent, underscoring the intertwined nature of law, morality, and social expectation in feudal Japan. Interaction with commoners and peasants. While samurai justice primarily regulated warrior conduct and disputes among elites, it also extended to commoners. Samurai magistrates oversaw peasant communities, adjudicated minor crimes, and collected taxes. However, this interaction was highly hierarchical. Justice was often biased in favor of higher status individuals, and punishment for peasants could be harsh. Nevertheless, the samurai judicial system sought to maintain order and prevent rebellion, illustrating the dual function of law as both governance and social control. Village-level dispute resolution also incorporated mediation, reflecting an enduring emphasis on harmony over retribution. Samurai authorities encouraged negotiation, settlement, and restitution, which aligned with both Bushido ethics and Confucian ideals. This focus on reconciliation helped stabilize rural communities while maintaining the authority of the samurai class. Legacy of samurai justice. The decline of the samurai class during the Meiji Restoration, 1868, led to the abolition of feudal legal privileges and the introduction of Western-style legal codes. Nevertheless, the philosophical and cultural principles of samurai justice, emphasis on honor, moral responsibility, and social order, continued to influence Japanese legal thought. Concepts such as personal accountability, ethical governance, and the integration of moral reasoning into legal decisions have roots in the samurai era. Even in modern Japan, where codified law dominates, elements of samurai ethics resonate in judicial philosophy, corporate culture, and societal expectations. Conclusion. Samurai justice systems were a distinctive fusion of martial discipline, ethical philosophy, and legal administration. They reflected the hierarchical and honor-bound nature of feudal Japanese society, blending law with morality and ritual. By integrating Bushido ethics, Confucian principles, and codified legal frameworks, samurai justice created a system that was simultaneously practical, symbolic, and morally instructive. It maintained order, resolved disputes, and reinforced social hierarchies, leaving a lasting imprint on Japan's cultural and legal heritage. Understanding samurai justice offers a window into a society where law, honor, and duty were inseparable, demonstrating the enduring influence of ethical frameworks on governance and judicial practices. Sources. 1. Friday KF 2004, Samurai Warfare and the State in Early Medieval Japan, Routledge. 2. Hall, J.W., 1991, Japan from Prehistory to Modern Times, Tuttle Publishing. 3. Varley, H.P., 2000, Japanese Culture, University of Hawaii Press. 4. Berry, M.E., 1997, The Culture of Civil War in Kyoto, University of California Press. 5. Hearst G.C., 1998, The Armed Forces of Modern Japan, 1868 to 1945. University of Kansas Press. 6. Bodart Bailey, B., 2006, The Dog Shogun, The Personality and Politics of Tokugawa Tsunayoshi. University of Hawaii Press. 7. Sugiyama S. 2014, Warrior Ethics in Early Japan, Bushido and Judicial Practice, Japan Studies Review.